EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Christmas Day matchup. It's the Dolphins and the Broncos coming up next.
Whiteout conditions throughout the Great Plains sure made travel difficult, but we're still expecting a full house at Power Field at Mile High here in Denver. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, our ball game here featuring a couple of young quarterbacks a lot of people have their eye on. Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins, Drew Lock of the Broncos.
Yeah, Brandon, we're starting to see some of the old guard moving on. Guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And in their place, there have been some dynamic young guys who've come into the league, not just this year, but the last 3 or 4 years in particular. They've really changed the quarterback position. I think both of these guys fit into that category. Youth is being served.
We go from Denver. This is Jakeem Grant. And able to get this out to the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And for all the collegiate success he had, highest passer efficiency rating by a mile, he's a guy who's had to share up detractors at the professional level, but I do like his poise, I do like his moxie, and I love his accuracy.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Throwing outside here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. An early test, 2 plays in, this is 3rd and 2. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And Deontay Spencer deep for the Broncos. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The former Missouri Tiger Drew Lock will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now? To be consistent. consistent in all of his processes.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. Lock gonna throw. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Lock. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lock sets up the screen to Gordon. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Block now to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the gun on third down, Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Miami set to take over. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a first down. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. From the gun, it's Tua. Now he's flushed out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Tagovailoa are going to try and throw on 3rd down. They get this out wide to Gaskin, and he is going to have the Dolphins first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
This is Gaskin on the carry. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Gaskin. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Tua. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Tua. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. After the turnover, here's Locke. And Gordon's got it. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A huge play there for Denver. Not really any offense for them to speak of in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then it curls back inside for the completion.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Vic Fangio, an old-school coach, but he's going to go for it here on 4th. They look to throw. It's Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Albert O there to make the ground. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone. Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It got his man complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A play fake for Gasket. Now Tua. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Tua to throw again. Buying time. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Denver offense at the line, ready to go, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Locke to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before half for Locke. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats for that first half for Miami. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Rocky Mountain snow looks like it's going to continue through the second half as we are back underway in Denver. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter play. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw it is Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throwing now is Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Locke. And this will be incomplete.
Well, we all know possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You can't just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
A 3rd quarter action here on Christmas Day. Hope everyone's having a blessed holiday season. 2nd and 10 right now. Now Locke. This is the tight end fan. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. They call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going to run. This is Gordon. Breaks through the contact. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Partner, we've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that was the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas. Clock now to throw. And he's got his tight end fan. Touchdown, Broncos. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Not much there, only a yard. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's third and long. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. But we get another look now at this Broncos offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I think the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
We are off to the fourth quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Finding Gaskin underneath. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. To rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Now Tua. Caught on a slant. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Now Tua. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Draymond Jones in there to drop stop him as that clock continues to run. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflated.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lock. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Lock, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last point of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.